Hey, shalom, shalom, shalom. This is Naaman with DC Cat Branch at Great Millstone, back for another video. First and foremost, call hello Yahweh by Shem Yahushua by Shem Hakodash. Once again, double honors go out to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Salutations also go out to the fellow Akim that are out there on the highways and byways. Also, the number of videos they put up on a daily, further allowing us to spread the truth across the four corners of the earth, because time is short. All right, these prophecies are once again jumping off the pages. All right, so here's the copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research, all of which I am doing. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit, educational, personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Fair use. All right, so here we go. All right. This is Richie from Boston. All right, very good at giving out information. I haven't watched him in a minute, but as it says here, USA 2025, just from like 3 days ago, DARPA has now done a tabletop exercise for the next Plandemic. Remember, they always show you in some form or fashion what the hell they're up to, what they have plans to do. All right, so here we go.
So I just posted a video on YouTube, and I just wasn't feeling it, man. I wasn't feeling it. So I figured I'd make a video while I'm out here, because every time I ride the bike, I get a little more energy flowing, you know what I'm saying? And something I failed to mention, something I wanted to talk about was luciferase. Remember that stuff? Remember that? What am I looking? Where's the camera? Whatever. Luciferase. It's the compound found naturally in lots of different animals. You can find it in plankton, squid, lots of underwater fishes, and fireflies. And strangely enough, this year, according to the mainstream media and the Firefly website.com, we're going to be the last generation to see fireflies, because like everything else, they're killing it. You know what I mean? I'm looking over here, but I don't mean to. I'm trying to look at the screen, but I'm looking away. Whatever. These guys are killing absolutely everything. And I mean, it just totally blows me away that we have a governor.
And that's the spirit, because about the same time that he made this, me and another Hawk were talking about the same thing about not seeing fireflies. You know, we just happened to see one at that moment as we were leaving the Shabbat service. All right, and I mean, wow. But he's absolutely right. This filthy, wicked nation of Edom. You know, scriptures say he's going to destroy those that. In fact, let me just get it. All right, because they have a lot to pay for. In 18, and it says, "In the four, hold on, and the nations were angry, and now wrath has come in the time of the dead that they should be judged, and that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants the prophets, and to the saints, and them that fear thy name, small and great, and shouldest destroy them which destroy the earth. All right. And this man is just, he's just wicked. He don't care. It's all for profit. Doesn't care who he hurts, who he kills, what ecosystem he destroys. See, this planet has a delicate balance to it. But no, here he comes along, and then he makes fun of Gad. And yes, they, you know, were wicked, but to the best of their ability, they were upholding the land Sabbath. All right, they were constantly on the move, as it says. All right, give the land a chance to replenish itself, right? But no, his solution to all that is just chemicals that are deadly to to everything. All right, here we go.
There. In the United States of America, that is encouraging people, giving them the green light. Go ahead and run those protesters over. Stand your ground. You know how many people are going to abuse that and just straight kill people, and it'll all be caught on camera, and they'll go to jail forever, and they're going to say, the governor told us to. Well, when somebody does that, it's going to let the other side completely loose. You see what I'm saying? And it's going to escalate exponentially. It's going to get totally out of hand. And I find it really strange that I totally forgot about this. The Army spokesperson, I don't have my computer in front of me, so I forget his name, talking about the big celebration, 250 years, and he said, I just spoke to one of our Army guys who's up on the moon. That was supposed to be a Freudian slip, okay? There's nobody up on the moon. The moon is a plasma. It's a light. Or it's just something we don't even understand. The moon is a light to rule the night. It's a lesser light. The sun is a bright light to rule the day, which is why they've been taking control of it so blatantly and obviously. And think about this. People that don't understand what chemtrails are, even though numerous states have publicly banned them, even though it's not going to stop a single thing, even though RFK talked about banning them, etc., saying they were done by DARPA, people still don't believe they're real. It's the most obvious thing there is. They're up in the sky every single day. You can watch them. You can watch them spraying, and you can watch them spraying specifically and almost only in front of the sun every single time. And then you can watch them apply frequencies to these things. It's just amazing to me. It really is. But I find it odd that, a few years ago I did a video on horseshoe crabs, because every year horseshoe crabs would show up on the beach near my house where they would reproduce. Well, in that video on Jailbreak, I also talked about some rare quality in their blood. Their blood is blue. Some rare quality allows them to cure special diseases. Let me tell you a secret, okay? Every disease that you may have, your children probably have, because it's a veritable cornucopia. There's all sorts of diseases now are caused by vaccines and caused by the enormous amount of oil that's in our foods and in plastics, etc. So I'll just leave it at that for right now. So one of my subscribers sent me this, and this is a strange thing. This is a very strange thing. Check out this website. I'll leave links below. But this basically catalogs everything that DARPA is up to. And the thing I want to show you is this right here. DARPA is going to simulate disease outbreak, a model lockdown, vaccination, and messaging strategies. June 3rd, 2025.
Here we go again.
Vaccine checkpoint. Yep, there you go. And this article says, why is DARPA modeling disease outbreaks and intervention strategies while simultaneously looking to predict and manipulate collective human behavior? DARPA is getting into the business of simulating disease outbreaks. Last week, the Defense Advanced Research Project Agency put out a request for information seeking information regarding state-of-the-art capabilities in the simulations of a disease outbreak. Yeah.
DARPA, the research unit of the military said in 2012, we will end pandemics in 60 days using messenger RNA. That's long before Moderna and Pfizer were even in the game. This cannot be about pharmaceutical companies. They are profiting from this, but they didn't drive it. They didn't conceive this. This is a military conception. This is a military operation. We're under a national security operation in the United States, and it's driven by the military. When the vaccines rolled out, it said...
Remember that general that said, what was it, Operation Light Speed? All right, by getting it distributed out to everyone.
The Department of Defense and Health and Human Services are proud to offer the Pfizer vaccine. That's the reason why things are going like they are. It's as if the military has invaded us and we are actually at war against the virus. That's the reason why all the employers say take the vaccine or lose your job, because the military has given us this command. Think about a military invasion, then everything would make sense. Next slide.
So think about this. It's like everybody people believe are the government and the military and all the authorities are at war against us, because that's exactly what it is. Now, for those that still think they're going to somehow sprinkle a disease on us and we're all going to catch it, then why do we have to have military checkpoints? Do you see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Why would that need to be a thing? These guys are going to break this out, and they're going to break this out very soon. It says, as if mass social distancing, lockdowns, and vaccination mandates under the unscientific guise of slowing the spread and preventing the transmission weren't enough, the U.S. military wants to model the effects of these exact countermeasures for future outbreaks. So bear in mind, they're going to do this. They're going to do this. They're going to do this again, but they're going to do it even worse. You think Operation Warp Speed was bad? Operation Warp Speed was an idea that they didn't follow through with. Now, they're going to. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, that was a test run. Like we've always said, that was a test run. All right, now they've gotten all the data, research data from that, so they can find out where all the holes were. All right, and it's going to be less and less likely you're going to be able to see. That's what we mean when it says. Hold on, let me get it. You have no idea, all right, where this is headed. But hey, we've tried to tell you. We have tried to tell you. All right. This man is coming down because he what? Knoweth he hath but a short time. All right. It says, therefore rejoice ye heavens and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. What do you think that means? All right. They want to get this New World Order established. They want to get this digital banking system, for lack of a better description, crash this economy that we're so used to. We have physical money and all that. They don't know. No, this is about control, people. We've always tried to tell you that. Control. All right. All right, so that's why I said you should be in the mindset. Let's go to 2 Peter 3 and 8. But beloved, be not ignorant of this one thing, that one day is with the Lord is 1,000 years, and 1,000 years is one day. The Most High Yahweh is not slack concerning his promise, as some men count slackness, but is long-suffering to us ward, not willing that any should perish, but that all should come to repentance. All right? See, there's prerequisites for... All right, and it says, but the day of the Most High will come as a thief in the night. All right, in the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up. What's going on as it did in the first death? All right, where you go into Luke 21 and Matthew 24th chapter. As in the days of Noah, right? Same, everybody, everything's, full of shits and giggles, and, everybody's into them, or themselves, I should say. There's plenty of them when you go into Timothy, all right? Hey, what's coming? And Jake out here, just totally, totally unprepared. Let's get Jeremiah. They just they don't believe, but again, we're doing our job per Ezekiel 2nd and 3rd chapters. All right. This is Jeremiah 37. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, Israel's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. All right. You know, wow. Let's just go back to the video.
Like I said, I'll leave links for all this, and you can read it yourself. But I'm telling you, they're going to do another lockdown, and they're going to do another lockdown very soon. And if you comply, you will die. Or, even worse, men will seek death, and death will flee from them. They're going to turn you into some sort of a robot or whatever. I ain't staying here for that. Just period. I just ain't staying here for that. So I'm back out here in the woods because the woods brings me solace. Absolute solace. As you can hear, there's a couple of birds. There's a blue jay. And that's pretty much it, because, you know, we're going to need birds and all the created animals on Earth. We don't need those. And you got Bill Gates.
All this under a certain group of people who's been in charge. All these animals becoming extinct or very close to it. All right. But everyone wants to ignore that. Why? All right. This man is as death, as it says in Habakkuk 2nd chapter. All right. He can never have enough. All right. He acquires $1 billion. He wants 10 billion. He gets that. He wants 100 billion. Nothing is ever. He's as death and the grave. All right.
Photosynthesizing trees, meaning he's cutting them down at a mass scale, turning them into little cubes that they can use in their underground facilities. Let me remind you of something too. If they could go to outer space, they wouldn't need all these underground doomsday vaults and all these underground deep military bases.
Look at that. And I remember that because that's one of my favorite shows.
You don't need those vaults and all these underground deep military bases.
Right here, the Cheyenne Mountain complex, of course, Stargate SG-1, and all these other DUMBs, deep underground military bases. Chattanooga, Gallatin, Millington. Look at this. Going by state. Coward ass motherfuckers, man. See, they playing this for a long time, fucked everything up. They're the ones that are not intending to suffer the consequences with the rest of us. No, because they have the means, at least they think. But here, yeah, the Most High got something for their ass. This is Amos. All right, let's go to 9. All right, what does he tell them? The destruction of Israel. Well, what does he say? Though they dig into hell, this is verse 2, thence shall mine hand take them. Though they climb up to heaven. I mean, he said, well, they, had a space station and all that, doing all that research up there to see how the elderly, especially with he was a senator, but he was an astronaut, but he was a senator when he went up, John Glenn. Let's see. Hold on. to see the effects of space on the aged or aged. All right. What do you think they were doing that for? Just to be, no. The late John Glenn. All right. So, let's see. I'm trying to get when he went. Let's see. Yeah, in '98, he was 77, the oldest person. Well, let's see. Yeah. So, yeah. Trying to establish something like, what was that movie, Elysium? But nothing, nowhere near that complex and size.
That they have. And like you just saw, as of June 5th, 2025, DARPA has entered the arena openly, where they're going to start doing deep, serious research on lockdowns and passports for vaccines and different diseases and everything else. Let me explain something to you. If you could get a disease by having it sprinkled on you or released from a big plastic bag, they wouldn't want to vaccine you. They wouldn't want to jab you with a needle so very badly to the point where they're going to mandate it.
They have to give it to you.
And DARPA's in charge this time, openly, right out in the public. They have done every single solitary thing they need to have every excuse for a homeland attack. Any type. It could have been Iran. It could be China. It could be Russia. It could be the agitators, the No Kings agitators. They've opened up every doorway possible. Do you think that's a complete coincidence? They've opened up as many doorways as the Pope did at the very end of 2025. Don't forget that. The Pope opened up all sorts of doorways, remember? And ever since then, it seems like time is speeding by, and it seems like all sorts of chaos has broken loose all over the earth, but especially in America, but not just America. And I don't want to be the bearer of bad news to all those people that live elsewhere. There is no safe place. This is not the new America.
Let's go to St. Matthew 24 and 22. All right, you talk about the days, time speeding up, and except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. That's why this is happening. All right.
Order. It's the new world order, which means it's worldwide. And DARPA is the same ones that are allegedly spraying the skies, according to RFK. And DARPA is the same ones that was allegedly flying the drones, according to little comments that Trump made. Little comments. He didn't quite put it directly on them. But do you remember that? Do you remember all the things that have happened? All the things that have happened? Well, they have a cumulative effect. And within the next 30 days, and definitely by the 4th of July, something massive is going to happen, because that's what they want. They want to show you what your freedom is really for. I mean, they gave us every opportunity over the years to hold up our Constitution, and for the most part, people were bamboozled. Creature from Jekyll Island, the Great Depression, every world war, every war in general. But people stood up, and the government was afraid. But once they brought in social media, and after they did 9/11, they discovered they can get away with quite a bit as long as people are strung out on drugs, like I was. As long as grown men are playing video games constantly, as long as children are watching streamers all day, all night, instead of going outside and playing, which is something that's very important to do as a child, because it gets you to interact in the world in a productive manner. All that's gone. Nobody cares about 9/11 anymore. That's out the window. That's no big deal. It's what they do. It's what they do. They just let time erase everything. You know what I'm saying? And don't forget that the skies were lit up so brightly last night that we had northern lights in Massachusetts, and Harp was having a open house event at the same time. If we have the northern lights any place other than where the northern lights are, naturally, by God, it's Harp, and it was Harp. So we have yet to see what Harp was up to. Was it trying to weaken the New Madrid fault line? Was it trying to set off the San Andreas fault line? Is it trying to set off the volcano that's off the coast of Oregon? Because these are all still things, but people just gloss over them and then they move on to the next thing and they move on to the next thing. The Pope, before he died, literally opened up 5 portals, okay? Don't forget that. And don't forget that a Tesla exploded in front of Trump Tower in Vegas. And they found the guy's driver's license fully intact. The guy was burned beyond recognition, but his license was right there, just like, 9/11, but whatever. Every time we turn around, there is another event. An airplane explodes, but one guy walks away unharmed. So you got blown out of an airplane that killed everybody and exploded into a massive, spectacular fireball. No broken bones? No, come on, man. But on that, I'll digress because, sorry to say, we got our own fish to fry here in this country. But these guys are locked and loaded any minute, and you need to act accordingly. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm wearing a backpack right now. I have a backpack with me at all times. It's not my bug-out bag, but it's a backpack. You should carry one as well. It doesn't have to be massive, but just carry a flashlight, preferably something you can use to recharge. You can recharge the flashlight. Carry a Leatherman tool. Carry a pocket knife. Carry a pair of nail clippers. Carry a small first aid kit. Carry an Israeli bandage. Carry a SWAT tourniquet. Carry whatever your personal preference in self-protection is. And carry extra freedom things for it as well. Do you see what I'm saying? Because we did not see 9/11 coming whatsoever at all. We won't see this coming, even though I'm telling you it's coming. And everything they're telling us is telling us it's coming. Bilderberg is wrapping up, so right after Bilderberg, every time without fail, there's an event, there's some sort of something or other, and I think that's what they're waiting on. They're weighing in, and AI will be used as part of the deception. They'll probably show entire, they're not going to knock out the power, at least not the cell phones, because they need to track and trace us, okay? They need to keep people glued to their televisions. Remember the nuclear attack on New York where they said, if there's a radiation, if there's a nuclear weapon that goes off, go in your house and watch TV for further events. Did you guys forget what a nuclear weapon is allegedly supposed to do? It blows up, creating an EMP, which would knock out power absolutely everywhere.
Yeah, no shit.
I hope you guys can find a place like this every day, just for some solace. This should be, it's 8:30 at night, this should be overwhelmed with the sounds of animals hooting, hollering, croaking, creeping, and doing that. But sadly, we've only got 1 or 2. Because unlike humans, apparently animals have a very low threshold for how much heavy metal they can ingest. Humans, on the other hand, it's astonishing that we can eat poison, drink poison, ingest poison, be sprinkled with poison, and have our minds poisoned, and have our frequencies and souls poisoned. And we keep on kicking. And yet somehow, some way, some of us are still awake. As awake as we're ever going to be. And I'm going to be the only person that's going to tell you they are going to slam us. It's coming. It's absolutely coming. They've opened up every door for it, okay?
That's why it says our food will be defiled. We will eat our food defiled amongst the heathen. And also, where's the other one? Let's see, is it Nahum? Let's see. That's two. Hold on. Let's see. Where is it? Let's see. Maybe it was one. Hold on. Let's see. Hold on. Let me. I could have sworn. Hold on. Give me a second. Let's see. Wait a minute. Let's see. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Dang it. Let's see. Oh, maybe it was Habakkuk. Hold on. Let's see. Yeah, it was. It says, behold ye, this is Habakkuk 1:5. Behold ye among the heathen, and regard and wonder marvelously. For I will work in your days, which ye will not believe, though it be told you. All right? So, again, with all that's been thrown at us, it's no small miracle that, hey, we're still here. All right? When you consider what they allow us to be fed and, and what we drink here as opposed to in any other country, yeah, this is like well, it is, it's not a metaphor, this is this experiment, all right, on the American people, and for some reason, they think this is the greatest place on earth. Wow.
Israel attacking Iran, and with U.S. backing them, leaves us as a terrorist target. We have tons of Iranians in this United States that snuck in. I shouldn't say snuck in. They were flown in, but whatever. We have tons of Chinese nationals. We have tons of people that are here that we don't hear a thing about whatsoever at all. Trump said he wants to hold off on ICE raids at hospitals and hospitals, restaurants, and landscaping companies. It's just ridiculous, but whatever. The way Trump told them to do the raids is exactly what we were warning you about. They're going to let all these people in, and Trump's going to get troops on the ground, and now he does. And now they're indiscriminately grabbing people to the point where it's freaking people out, and they're standing up, which gives the opportunity for the make-believe left to hire people. Even my father knows they're hiring people, bad actors. But those bad actors are being paid to fight against us. So be ready for it. It's coming. You can feel it. I know you can. At any rate, be ready for it. Don't say you haven't been warned over and over and over and over again. Richie from Boston. COVID is a hoax. The next one will be a hoax. Vaccines are poison and will kill you. Period. I'm out.
About 10 days after 9/11, I went through the Pentagon and I saw Secretary Rumsfeld and Deputy Secretary Wolfowitz. I went downstairs just to say hello to some of the people on the Joint Staff who used to work for me, and one of the generals called me and he said, "Sir, you gotta come in and talk to me a second." I said, "Well, you're too busy." He said, No. He says, "We've made the decision we're going to war with Iraq." This was on or about the 20th of September. I said, "We're going to war with Iraq. Why?" He said, "I don't know." He said, I guess they don't know what else to do. So I said, well, did they find some information connecting Saddam to Al-Qaeda? He said, no. He says, there's nothing new that way. They just made the decision to go to war with Iraq. He said, I guess it's like we don't know what to do about terrorists, but we've got a good military and we can take down governments. And he said, I guess if the only tool you have is a hammer, every problem has to look like a nail. So I came back to see him a few weeks later, and by that time we were bombing in Afghanistan. I said, are we still going to war with Iraq? And he said, oh, it's worse than that. He said, he reached over on his desk, he picked up a piece of paper, and he said, I just got this down from upstairs in the Secretary of Defense's office today, and he said, this is a memo that describes how we're going to take out 7 countries in 5 years, starting with Iraq and then Syria, Lebanon, Libya, Somalia, Sudan, and finishing off Iran. The truth is about the Middle East is, had there been no oil there, it would be like Africa. Nobody is threatening to intervene in Africa. The problem is the opposite. We keep asking for people to intervene and stop it. And there's no question that the presence of petroleum throughout the region has sparked great power involvement. Whether that was the specific motivation for the coup or not, I can't tell you, but there was definitely, there's always been this attitude that somehow we could intervene and use force in the region.
Yeah, it looks peaceful. It really does. That's why Apostle Gabar goes for his walks and things like that. All right, and a few others. It really is relaxing. All right, so that's going to be it. Hopefully, once again, those who have viewed this video have been edified. It's coming down to a crucial point here where this everything's shaping up for the MOTB. I hope you know that. All right, with this requirement for the real ID driver's license, it's like what's on that's not on my other one, my normal regular one, state ID. But you know, this is all bullshit. It's all headed to, like I say, this new world order, this one world government and everything. Hey, again, prophecy. What we've tried to tell you all this time, according to the scriptures, all right, which you're not getting in your miseducation places like your churches and your schools, all right. So with that, until the next video, shalom.